Okay, it's like in Eat, Pray, Love when Liz is on the floor in the bathroom and she's just like, please help me. Help me. Instead, I was scrolling on Instagram, just like, And then it's a really funny story, but it's changed my life. And there's this girl that comes up on my screen. Stop scrolling, she said. I was like, okay, all right. And she says something like, do you believe in manifestation? Or some shit like that. Like, hello, welcome back to this space. My name's Nav. If you're new here, I make videos about well-being, lifestyle, spirituality, and once I can travel some more, there'll also be some travel videos. So if you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you dig it, just do it. If you dig it. I'm drinking an Indian tea right now. So delicious. Okay, today's video is going to be about meditation. How meditation has helped me so much and continues to help me every day of my life. It was when I was about 16 that I first kind of consciously moved into the realm of spirituality. I have always been really in tune to other frequencies. Growing up, it kind of runs in my family. I have a bit of a witchy family, even though I don't think they would ever say that. But there are definitely some vibrations within my family that are really, really beautiful, that can tune into more than the 3D world, which is so cool. So I was always really tuned into that part of me. But and I think because people in my family, even though they were in tune, I don't think they necessarily considered how powerful it was, and because it was so normal to them, I feel that when I would kind of tune into the vibes in my own way, what I resonated with, which was kind of like witches and, you know, spell books and stuff like that, that was a bit scary to them, which I can understand. And because my family are religious, so, you know, their spirituality is based in the religion. I was going through a lot of stuff around this time that I started to, so around 16, when I started to consciously question religion and what is life, and honestly, what are we here for, you know? And when I was going through really difficult times where I was around quite turbulent energy, I would sit and I would pray and I would pray and I would pray and I would pray. The prayers just never worked. I wasn't reaching the frequencies that I needed to reach to get the things that I wanted. Although now even talking about it is really interesting, because this is how I've always kind of described it. But those prayers weren't meant to come true, because I wouldn't be who and where I am right now if they had. The universe is always working in our favor, even when we feel like it's not. Well, I'm gonna end this video here because I've just had an insight. No, I'm just joking. This jar is so good. I really needed that. Okay, so thank you, universe, for that. Thank you, spirit team, for that. That was really interesting. So because my prayers weren't coming true, I started searching. I started searching for, well, if this religion that I've been raised with is not working, I must try a different religion, because I believe there's a higher power. I feel it. I know that there are other things more than this 3D world that we're living in. So I started reading the Bhagavad Gita and was just like, I don't understand what's happening. And in my family, it was kind of like, if you ask a question about something, this is back then, if you ask a question about something, it's just like, it just is that way. There was no real like depth to the answer. And being a curious kitty, I was just like, well, I need more than that. So I went searching for different religions. I was reading into Christianity. My best friend was Muslim, and so I was just like, what's your religion saying? What they saying? Eh? And then I started looking into Buddhism. And for a lot of people, I think when they are moving away from their religion that they've kind of been raised with and are moving into the realm of spirituality more so, Buddhism is something that a lot of people can resonate with. I mean, you're not worshipping Buddha. Most other religions just seem bathed in their culture and traditions more than the spiritual side of things, and it's more man-made in that way. So looking into Buddhism, I started to like really resonate with that, and this is around when I started remembering things from my childhood that would happen, occurrences that you can't go to a doctor and they can explain that this is why this happened, or a scientist would explain this is why this happened. Things that were not explainable because they were otherworldly things that were occurring. And so I started tuning into that energy that I had when I was a kid. And then more things started happening. It was like when I was a kid, my spirituality was there. I was in that realm in between 3D and 5D. I was like in that beautiful middle space where I was living as a human, but I was tuning into these other frequencies that were making me feel like anything is possible. Anything. Things started kind of coming up again, and coincidences, they say. So usually when they talk about having a spiritual awakening, you do start to experience like coincidences and like signs and omens and stuff like that, and that kind of stuff was happening. So I was just like, it was nuts like to be coming into the world of being a grown-up and having learned all the limitations that us humans put on ourselves and one another, and then those limitations being pushed aside because all of this stuff is happening that no one's making happen, but this is the spirit realm coming through. And so I started learning about meditation a little bit, but very briefly. Like I didn't really know where or how to learn. I would just, Google things, and so I would try meditating by myself, and then occasionally I would go to a meditation center and would go and meditate there, which was really amazing, and I'd like to do that again because meditating with a group of people is really, really beautiful. And then you hear someone snoring, which is also really sweet. That's kind of when I really started getting into meditation the first time. And then over the years I was in and out of meditation, but I really learned that meditation sometimes doesn't feel like anything is happening, but there is always something happening under the surface. So you could be meditating for 3 months and okay, I'm going to change it. You could be practicing meditation for 3 months. Meditation is a practice. I started to change my language when talking about meditation because I don't know how to meditate. Nobody knows how to meditate. We're all practicing. So you can practice meditation for 3 months, and every time after your meditation come out and just be like, I just must not be doing it right, like nothing's happening. And then you notice that you come into some form of challenge and you dealt with it in this way that you've never dealt with it before, that is the power of meditation. Because meditation, you are just sitting with yourself, you're calming your mind, your soul, your spirit is doing everything. Your mind just needs a moment. So when we talk about mantra meditation, the mantra is basically giving your mind something to focus on, because that's what gets running. Your mind gets running, and that's when you can't sit and let your body and your soul do the things that it will do subconsciously. So it just has, this whole system is running, but when your mind is going, you're just all focused on that. So the mantra gives your, how they say, your monkey mind something to play with. So you're sitting there saying your meditation, saying your mantra, and then under the surface doesn't feel like anything's happening. For some people it really feels like something's happening. They're like, everything's changing, they feel like they're levitating, all of that kind of stuff. But for some people it's just as simple as, oh, I just came out of that feeling really, really calm. But then it's when you find yourself in scenarios and situations that you dealt with in a way that you have never dealt with them before. You suddenly see something from the other person's perspective. You suddenly have some more patience. It's really amazing. So over years, on and off, I've been practicing meditation. When I say on and off, I mean I will wake up every day and I would wake up every day and want to meditate and know that that's the thing that's going to make me feel grounded and good. But sometimes it can be, I don't have enough time, or I couldn't sit for long enough, or I fell asleep during meditation. So going on now, 10 years later, I last year started getting more and more into my meditation again. Like, I really fell off it for a very long time, but would every couple of months or so meditate for like a week, and you would see the difference. I'm calmer. Like, I'd literally just feel a little bit less agitated, a little less aggravated. It's mindfulness. It's being with your body, breathing, and just being like, listening to the sounds. How does your body feel? How does it feel to breathe? How does it feel to hold this cup? Ooh, just got goosebumps. That's the subtle impacts of meditation. So last year, when I was going through one of my dark nights of the souls, I think I mentioned this in one of my previous videos, I was so done with existing. I was like, I'm sick of this bullshit consistently being on. I'm wading through and my life is not changing. Oh boy. It was like, I've been in the same old jobs for 10 years. I've been talking about doing all this other stuff, doing my YouTube channel, playing music, going traveling, living this life that I'm only living in my dreams. And I was just like, when is this going to change? Why is this happening? And I was lying in bed, came home after work, customers were just being to me, I was working in a bar. Yeah, I came home that day and I got into bed. I just moved into this new flat as well because I'd been moving. It must have been at least like 4 or 5 p.m. It was daylight outside and I was crying. I was just crying, like, how is this my life? Like, I am just done with this bullshit. Something needs to give, something needs to change. And this is when I talk about I was pushing for things that were not meant for me. And then I was scrolling. Is it snowing? No, it's just rain. No snow! I want summer! So, oh, I've only been talking for 20 minutes. That's blessed, fam. That's blessed. Like, I thought I was talking for 40 minutes again. I was lying in bed, crying my soul out. Okay, it's like an Eat, Pray, Love when Liz is on the floor in the bathroom and she's just like, please help me. Help me. And instead I was scrolling on Instagram, just like, There is, it's a really funny story, but it's changed my life. And there's this girl that comes up on my screen. Stop scrolling, she said. I was like, okay, alright, stop scrolling. And she says something like, do you believe in manifestation? Or some shit like that. Like proper clickbait, man. And it's just like, yeah, I do. Well, she was just like, well, I can't even remember exactly what she says, but she talks and then briefly talks about meditation. She's like, she first talks about law of attraction and manifesting, and then she talks about meditation, and then she says, if you're interested in hearing more about this, we have a free webinar coming up, so sign up. And I was like, you know what, I ain't doing nothing, I'm crying in my bed, I'm trying to look for a way to improve my existence, like, and I just found this video and I was just like, okay, right, so go to sign up for the webinar. I'm thinking, you know, it's going to be tomorrow or whatever. It was like the next one is in 2 minutes, and I was just like, okay. I was like, okay, just wiped my tears. I was like, okay, sign up, we're gonna get my laptop, like, we're gonna change our life, we are gonna change it, we're gonna fly now. So then I sit up, I wipe my fucking tears away, and I just am ready to hear. And they come online, and usually these webinars, because look, everyone's trying to make a living and everyone wants to really truly make a living doing what they love. Now, back when, I would have been like, well, I'll listen to your webinar, I'm not buying no course or no shit like that. But courses, what's wrong with purchasing a course? It's like people spend $9,000 a year in the UK to go to uni and then often don't do anything with that degree. And I'm just like, if they are going to sell me a meditation course, I'll maybe consider it. But also these webinars are usually like 20 minutes long. They don't give you the time of day, really. They're just like, they barely give you any information about what the course is even going to be about. Like they won't dive into that because they want you to purchase the course to then find out. But these guys, I swear the webinar was about an hour and a half, and they really went into it, and they were discussing meditation, how they found meditation, what was going on in their lives before. It was so insane, and I was just like, this is it. I'm not spending money on anything else right now except food and shelter, and I need to change my life. And so I signed up for this course, and I was doing a payment plan, so I actually did it over 4 months because I was like, I can't fork out that money right now. And learning meditation is invaluable. And I was like, you know, I have sat before and been like searching for meditation courses, and I expect to pay someone, I expect to give someone money for their time and knowledge that they're giving to me. So if you guys are in the headspace where you're just like, oh my god, but they're meant to be spiritual and they're charging you to teach you how to meditate, like, no, it should be free. I completely disagree with that. The people that are on these paths of raising the vibration of the planet, these are the people that should be getting paid millions. These are the people that should be millionaires, for the fact that they will put their money towards causes that will help people. I believe that these conscious people really should be amongst those getting paid loads, because who better than them, who better than us to make money in that way? Because all I think about is if I was making X amount of money, more than I'm making now, the amount of things, that causes that I would put my money towards, you know, to help people. I have all the ideas. Anyway, so that was a little side note, just in case you're like, why the did you pay for that? Man, take my money if you are gonna help. Like, and again, I paid for that for 4 months. It was something like 200 quid, I think, and you know, that was a lot of money, but I got to spread it out over 4 months, and that was a blessing. That was a blessing, because I still got to do the course, and today my life is here because of it. Like, I am here smiling, I am here doing this because of that. So let's go on to just say, okay, one sec. I swear to God, I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for that scrolling and finding that meditation course. Like, it has enhanced my life so incredibly. So let's go into it. I found the meditation course. I was like, I'm ready. I signed up. I was afraid because I was just like, not making that much money right now. But I know, because I know the benefits of meditation. So I was just like, look, if I can do a course that is holding me accountable, then I know that this will change my life. And at the beginning of the course, they say to you, what is your why? Like, why are you doing this? I was sitting there literally crying because I am ready to my why. Does that make sense? What is your why? You know what I mean? What is your reason for doing this? You need a reason. You need like something that's going to be like, this is why I show up every day to meditation when I can't be fucked. But when I read this statement of mine, which was, I am ready to stop living the life that I'm living and just move into, I'm ready for things to change. I remember where I was sat when I was writing it, and I was just like, literally, this is it. I was like, I'm gonna do this now. Like, I'm done with existing in this way of like the in-between and always dreaming and not doing. And I wrote that down, got the course come through, went on the first video, and they go through so much with you. It's amazing. Like, I still have content that I haven't read through. They have like these manifestation ebooks, which I think I'm ready to dive into now. But essentially what they do is, it was a 66 day meditation. I can't remember how. I'll have to look back at the date that I started the course, because I have meditated every single day since then. I am a new woman. I am a new woman because of it. Hey guys, just a little note from future me. This video ended up being super long, so it's actually going to be split into 2 parts. So if you want to watch the second part, just subscribe to the channel and you'll be notified next week when it comes out. So yeah, thank you for your patience with me, and I hope so far this has helped you in some way. But thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next part.